Hi, this is Jeff Wimmer from Studio Cycles and StudioCycles.com. It is Tuesday, November, I think 20th or 21st, 2012. And in this short YouTube video, I want to talk about why in the world do we disassemble brand new bikes. Now, a little bit about me. The guy who created spinning, Johnny G, was my customer at Beverly Hills Bike Shop nearly 20 years ago. He was training for the Race Across America, and he wanted to be close to his family, so he started to develop an exercise bike that felt like his road bike. He came up with the Johnny G spinner, got a deal with Schwinn, and came up with the Johnny G Spinner Pro, which is this bike here. And when he was putting these bikes together in his garage, I was selling him his parts as the manager of Beverly Hills Bike Shop and taking care of his bicycles. Not me personally, but the staff at Beverly Hills Bike Shop, including myself. And I've been doing indoor group cycles and spinner branded bikes for close to 20 years, well over 15 years. And one of the things that I've discovered over the years, because I developed the first comprehensive preventative maintenance program and the only comprehensive preventative maintenance program in the industry globally, I've gone on to write a library of tech manuals that are considered the Bibles in the industry. I've got 6 different volumes of these manuals that I've written. And that qualifies me to be the expert on indoor group cycles. And as such, I consult with Schwinn, with Star Trek, with Mad Dog Athletics and Spinning. Here's my first version, homespun look, but a lot of content. These sell for $50 online. And they're 45 to 50 pages long. They're like Spin Bike Maintenance for Dummies books. But what I've found over the years is that commercial indoor group cycles do not come out of the box perfect. In fact, oftentimes when you take a bike out of the box, it has deep internal hidden little gremlins, little issues that oftentimes can be hidden for months or years, but when they fully develop and bloom, and they're cultivated by use and lack of maintenance, they can make your bikes unrideable or ready for the junk pile, because most people out there, particularly fitness equipment companies, don't specialize in any one thing. They sell everything. And the general rule in the fitness industry for 20 years has been sell bikes to clubs, tell them all the wonderful things about the bikes, shake hands, get the check, and then dispatch a herd of monkeys to the club to bolt the bikes together like furniture from IKEA. And then you couple that with reactive maintenance, where they repair the bikes when they break, but they're not proactive, which is what we do with the clubs we service. And I've just learned all the ins and outs about these bikes. So what we do when we sell you a bike is we pull it out of the box, we disassemble it, we go through it, as some of these bikes here. We go through the entire bike, and oftentimes we don't find a whole lot. We find little things. Oftentimes we find big things, and we correct those things. Then the bikes are fully assembled, and then I personally ride and tune each bike without exception, and then we double box and over package our bikes and send them off to you with a lifetime warranty, and we give you a direct link to us at Studio Cycles. If you have a bike issue, you talk to me. Here's 4 Schwinn AC Performances that have been disassembled, fully assembled, ridden, tuned to perfection. Tomorrow they'll be partially disassembled, overpackaged, and fired off to 4 customers. These are 4 bikes that we've torn apart because we're going through them. And I carry Schwinn, Star Trek, Kaiser, and Le Monde. I had Free Motion for about 3 months. I was all set to consult with them, and some things happened, and I found some extreme difficulties with the bikes, and I decided to bail. I sent most of their bikes back. I still have a handful of them, but one of the things was the difficulty in the disassembly, because Free Motion claims that this is a really easy bike to service and disassemble, and I found that it was very, very challenging, even for me and my guys. And we do a lot of bikes. So that's the difference between Studio Cycles and every other company in the free world. If you buy a bike online, they will process your credit card. They'll take one of these guys up here and throw it on a truck. And if you call them with an issue, they'll tell you to call the manufacturer. If you get our bike and you have an issue, you talk to me directly or you talk to my computer specialist directly, and we will solve your problem. We do lifetime parts replacement for our consumer customers. Our refurbished bikes, same deal. We tear our refurbished bikes down to the bare frames. Doesn't matter if they're 3 months old or 5 years old. Here's a 2012 Star Trek Spinner NXT, torn down to the bare frame. Here are some of our Star Trek Spinner NXTs Generation 2 and 3. These bikes have been torn completely apart, 3 to 4 years old, and they are absolutely spotless. Okay? We do wrinkle coat on the bases, wrinkle coat on the crank, because the wrinkle coat holds up better to shoes rubbing the paint off and people stretching their calves on the bases. There are 3 different generations of NXTs prior to 2012. This is the 2012 NXT, which is now steel. What's important, I think, for most consumers is that they buy a bike that has perimeter weighting and aggressive inertia production. Flywheel weights are as such. The Kaiser has the lightest flywheel of any bike in the industry. It provokes an empty pedal stroke, Stairmaster, up, down, up, down, up, down. LeMond is second. It's heavy, but it's flat and skinny. Very, very, very low, if almost non-existent, aggressive inertia. Third in line is the Free Motion bike with a 32-pound flywheel. 4 pounds heavier, which is all the weight in the world when it comes to aggressive inertia, are the Schwinn ACs. The bikes with the most aggressive inertia production would be the Schwinn IC Pro, Spinner NXT, NXT SR, the Spinner Blade for 2012, 2013, and the E-Spinner. All of these bikes, if they're new, they've been torn down and completely gone through, ridden and tuned to perfection before we sell them. If you're not sure about which bike to buy, how would you like to talk to me directly? My phone numbers are as follows. Home office, 888-909-BIKE. Cell phone, 818-470-2204. My offices here at corporate are 310-973-BIKE. And I also have the only 2 indoor cycling specific retail stores staffed by professionals where we only sell bikes. I have a store in Venice and I have a store in Laguna Niguel. You can get all the information off of our website. They're open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Each store has about 35 to 50 bikes in the stores. Okay? If you're buying bikes for your club, or you're buying a bike for your home, especially if you're a runner with creaky knees or the doctor's telling you no more running, I've got you covered there as well. I deal with a lot of runners. Aggressive inertia production is what's most important because it gives you a fluid 360 motion with 0 impact and positive circulatory benefits. I ride and tune all these bikes. I've ridden, tuned, built, and installed literally tens of thousands of these bikes. And I've taught thousands of indoor cycling classes, and I was a professional cyclist a long time ago. So, I would love to talk to you. I'd love to sell you your next bike. I'm Jeff Wimmer from Studio Cycles and StudioCycles.com. Time for a Dramamine now. We don't do perfect videos, but we do damn near perfect bikes. Thanks for listening, and best of luck to you on your road to health and fitness.